Okay, Jodie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create hopefully an opening page shot of you. So what I'll need you to do is sort of be looking at camera, so really connecting with the viewer and holding the little frog up close to your face. I'm going to sort of have the stream rushing through behind you, and I'm going to be using a slow shutter speed and a bit of flash to freeze you into position. So it's going to be quite a dynamic shot, hopefully. All right, let's get going. Great. That's great. And turning your chin in that direction a little bit.
Francis Mochnik is an award-winning photographer who has worked on many Australian geographic features.
Great, just holding there, that's wonderful.
She recently won the Pursuit of Excellence Award for her work in the magazine.
I've been a visual person all my life. I've always been around and involved in creating images, be they paintings or photographs. So essentially it's been a lifelong passion of mine. I draw my inspiration from people and people in the environment and discovering what different people in Australia do. And that's what's really been fantastic about Australian Geographic magazine. They've sent me out to just investigate and look and see what people in this amazing country actually do. And it's just been sensational. Interestingly, the most memorable moment comes from my very first commission with Australian Geographic. There's a story on the Kurdimerka Outback Ball. The day before the ball, all the people started to flood in, and suddenly I had 4,500 people to photograph. And my most memorable shot is a beautiful shot where I'm looking down the Gan. The Kurdimerka water tower is in the shot, so it really identifies the location, and there's a pair of dancers just twirling away in the foreground, just practicing for the big night. And that's one of my most memorable shots. One of my all-time great tips is to look at your environment and photograph from unusual angles. So you're either lying on the ground or up a tree, but just anything that people don't usually see. I utilise techniques like motion blur quite a lot to give people a sense that they're in a dynamic, exciting place. Colours are really important elements, so consider the environment that you're working in. If you're working in the lush tropics, choose something like Fuji Provia 100F. It's a good film which will maintain the greens and really bring out your environment. And if you're shooting digital, have a look at the colours so that when you go back and you're working on your images on the computer, you can really bring out the greens and probably add a little bit of yellow as well. To create those wonderful shots of flowing rivers, grab your tripod, set it up and choose a slow shutter speed, anything from a 15th of a second or slower. And it's a good idea to bracket because you'll get different effects using different shutter speeds.
And one last tip from our expert, get that wide establishing shot, then go in tight for the close-ups.
Come in and do some tight details so that you're actually creating a journey for the viewer. So you're taking them from a wide shot through to some details. There's a real story within your images from one area.